Let me see if the next speaker is also already here. That is Fabrizio Lo Conte. Are you here, Fabrizio?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, you are. How are you?
Hello, fine and you?
Are you back in Switzerland?
Back in Switzerland, yes, back with the snow.
Back with there was a lot of snow falling or not?
It's important here.
Yes. So, well, 2 weeks ago we met each other in Dubai. How was that week for you?
It was amazing. It was really a great opportunity to get to know MR and the titanesque project development that they are having, which is amazing. And I also absolutely appreciate the meeting the other prop tech that were there to be able to discuss with this other company and stay in contact with some of them. We're trying to see if there is a way to collaborate, since they came literally for the four corner of the world, from Singapore, Hong Kong, Belgium, Switzerland,
Yeah, all over the world.
California. We had really
US,
this,
Egypt. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Egypt, right, and the UAE. We even have a company from there.
Yes, yeah, it was really nice. So we did this innovation challenge for the people that don't understand what we're talking about. We did this innovation challenge for MR, and that runs for like 6 or 7 months. And then last of 2 weeks ago, the 25th of January, we had the demo days. We had 14 companies globally brought together on two different kind of challenges. And one was on smart buildings and healthy environments. And you were, of course, in that challenge. And you won also.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you're
yes.
one of the two winners. So congratulations again on that. And
Thank you.
yeah, it would be very nice to follow up on what is going to happen the upcoming months and how you are going to collaborate with MR. And yeah, hopefully that will become a big success, of course.
We look forward for that.
But now, of course, it's Global PropTech Online. Do you have a presentation with you, Fabrizio?
Of course, I will try to share my screen. Let me know if you see it.
Yes, I will.
I need to click on share. You should be able to see the screen.
Yes, I see it. The professional platform for sustainable and connected buildings.
That's what we do.
Cool. Well, I would like to give you the floor and I will be back after your presentation.
Thank you. So, hi everyone, I'm Fabrizio. I'm the co-founder of eSmart, a company that I founded now 11 years ago with at that time my colleague during my PhD. And we created this company because we had the feeling that, the next slide is, we had the feeling that we had no control on our home. It's maybe trivial to say that, but at that time, so it's 11 years ago, and I think very few have changed. If something was going wrong in our apartment, we will discover the disaster by opening the fridge the night when we come back home, and that was and that happened to us, and that was not a pleasant evening. We received the energy bill. At that time, I was living in an apartment, so it was the electricity, but also by the tenant, by the building operator, the hot water and the heating bill. These bills were increasing, as always. No clue when, how we spend this energy and why we had to pay more, and so forth and so on. And we were both, we are both passionate by car. I'm from Italy, so we don't have the same brand with my co-founder. And we say in the car you have control. If something goes wrong, you have a dash, or you have a LED on your dashboard that tell you, look, it's a serious problem, or okay, you can still ride, but you need to check that. You can see how much kilometer you can do with your energy, your tank, gasoline, or electricity. And we realize that we have much more control in a car where we stay quite low amount of time in respect to our home. So we say we need to change that and make the living space more energy efficient, safe and comfortable for everyone. The mission statement has refined a little bit to that, but the most principle are there. We want to save energy, but without compromising onto our comfort, and we want to increase our safety in terms of security, but also living space. And for everyone is maybe the most important word here, where it means that it must be installable by everyone, that you're living into a future building, so a new build or an existing building. We really wanted to have a home where we just have control. If something gets wrong, I get notified on my mobile phone. There is a strange behavior with your fridge. There is a strange behavior with your heating. Have a check. I want to understand when and how I'm using this energy in order to be able to steer it, to control it. And I also want to be able, anywhere where I am on the planet, if there is something that I need to switch on and off in my home, I want to be able to do that from my mobile phone, like I do for all the things. And we realize that we're speaking about really big numbers. 23% of the worldwide used energy is used in residential space. If we look at the European number, I'm not able to find numbers that are more recent than 2020. It's quite recent. It's even more. 28% of the total energy that we used in Europe was used by us when we are at home, with the second in sector just after the transport industry for a few comma that are using the most energy. And we have no control. We have no clue. In Europe, it's a lot about this energy spent a lot into heating space, heating, water, and electrical appliances. But still, it's a huge amount of energy. We need to increase our energy efficiency at the country level, and we are using this energy without having any clue. So what we have developed now in 10 years is a platform. So we take care for our customer of all the technical aspects of an apartment or a home. We start with the access control, with the temperature management, and of course the energy monitoring. We provide all this connectivity to the tenant or the inhabitant. It depends if you're buying your apartment or you are renting your apartment. And we give to this building owner a platform where they can send their invoices, they can get notified if something is going wrong in order to anticipate the maintenance of the building. We believe into interoperability, and this all the system is of course open to third-party application like Domo Safety, which take care of elderly people. Bona Casa is a services for also people that that are handicapped and cannot move as we do, etc., etc. Basically, if you live in an eSmart, in an apartment that is equipped with eSmart, you have a video intercom, a normal screen that when someone rings at the bottom of the building, you get notified inside your apartment. You can see who is there, open the door, and so on. When someone is not ringing at your door, which is 99.9% of the time of your video intercom, instead of having a black screen, we wanted to put the heating controller on this screen. So you can set your temperature per room, and you have the holiday mode, which sounds obvious, but in most apartments you don't have. If you're living for 1 week, you can tell your apartment, I'm living for 1 week, go into economy mode, and 1 day before I'm back, set back the temperature to my comfort level. We are displaying you the energy consumption with the classical bar chart and so on, so you can understand when and where you use energy. But we do more than that, and we really believe into the real-time value. So we display this bar chart that we have all seen, but we also show you in real time your energy consumption with this. Again, it came from the car industry, this speedometer on how fast you're using the energy. The unit is the watt, but it's not important to care about this technical unit. But when your television turns on, it's around 100 watt that you're using the energy. When your heating system turns on, this speedometer, energy meter, will go up to 2000. When you open your hot tap of water, I will let you a few seconds to think about what will be this number. How fast am I using energy when I'm taking a shower? That's 15,000 watts. So I think it's important to have this real-time value, because in real time we can steer our energy consumption. You can realize that using energy, it is much more energy consuming in real time than the television. So you should not save onto hot water, but you should not waste hot water, because hot water uses a lot of energy in respect to your TV or your heating. And we give this real-time value to the people on their screen. Of course, this screen then is also used to communicate with the inhabitant about interruption of services, if there is some construction work ongoing, or if there are more good news, like some activity of the neighborhood. Everything that I've presented you here is, of course, available on your mobile phone. Just connect with your own device to the platform, and you have all these information on an app on your mobile phone. So in few words, we are this platform that a building developer or building owner can install in order to get their inhabitant control on their energy consumption and on their apartment. Then the system can go much more further than that by integrating smart building like central shading, light management, fluid or smoke sensors. Then we enter into this smart building ecosystem where the number of functionality explode. There are other companies that are doing this, but where we are unique and where it makes us possible to create all this for everyone is this particular technology that we have developed in the university during our PhD, where we have developed a very small integrated circuit that is smaller than an ant. So the picture that you see here, it's a real ant working on top of our real chip. So in real size, that's very small. Now, depending on the size of your screen, the ant may look like a dinosaur, but in real size, it's few millimeters square that we have in this chip. And this chip communicates over the existing electrical wire that we install in your build, but that, of course, we also have in existing building. And this chip is extremely small, and we are able to fit this chip into these tiny modules that are smaller than a business card that you fold by two. Our module is smaller than that. And we put this module behind the switches, the socket, where there is the need to have measurement and control. This module is extremely smart, not only because it communicates over this electrical wire, but because it's also able to sense ambient parameter, temperature, CO2, volatile organic compound, energy, of course, but it's also able to steer the load by moving it up and down, by sending order, and doing all the processing locally. So we leverage around this platform to interconnect all the elements that need to have monitoring or control into the apartment. And of course, because we believe into interoperability in this smart building, the rest of our story is made with standard products. So when we are reading the hot water meter, we use a standard meter with the standard protocol, the MBUS. When the touch panel that I have displayed you, it's a normal Android touch panel. The access control is based on the SIP protocols. We want our system to be interoperable inside the building or the apartment or the home, but also outside of the apartment with our cloud, where third-party application can connect with API to exchange data to improve the control and the energy efficiency of that building. We now have an install base of more than 9,500 apartments. Mainly our customers are big real estate developers that develop eco neighborhoods. I have a few examples here. Papirisham, it's 990 flats that we have equipped. It's in Switzerland. With additional just below 300 commercial surface that are equipped with this system. We made also the same into Quartier de l'Étang. It's 800 apartments that are built in Geneva. It's also a new build where we have installed our system. But we also do existing building. And here is an example. It's Schönburg. It's a very iconic Swiss building located in Bern, the capital of Switzerland, with the shape of the Swiss flag, so this cross. It's an existing building. It was before the office of the post. Now it's been transformed into apartment. And we have installed our system because what we need is only the electrical wire, which this building had. This was a complete retrofit, so they really threw apart everything. They kept the building, but they transformed from offices to apartment. But we also do retrofit into apartments that are occupied by tenants in Neuchâtel. This tower, and it's the Pension Casse of Neuchâtel that wanted to create this energy awareness toward their inhabitants, and they installed the system into a building where people were living. We also do more specific retrofit, like Thion 2000. It's a complete ski resort in Switzerland with a lot of snow these weeks, where we retrofitted all the resort only for the energy management. They had very old system that weren't able to be remotely controlled. And the issue with this ski resort is that you really want to be able to turn on your heating when you're not there. So when you rent the apartment is hot. But when there is no one in the apartment, you want to turn this heating mode into a economic mode, 10 degree. And that was not possible. The building were there. So we helped them with our system to do only heating. And the last example that I want to give you is we have also one installation in Dubai where energy efficiency maybe is not the first thing that you think when you think about Dubai, but it is they are moving fast into sustainability. We had one floor of a tower, which is a Swiss tower, that is equipped with our system. And here, of course, we don't steer the heating, but we steer the cooling. We measure the energy, cooling energy and electricity to get control on these. And that was one of the pilots that we showed to MR, which is the biggest property developer of Dubai. And we were happily selected as finalists, and thus we will have a second pilot and hopefully much more in this region of the world. eSmart is now 11 years old company. We started 2 people, and now we are 100 FTE, developing Europe, mainly the center of Europe, based in Switzerland, and we cover Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, Romania, Luxembourg with our team. And what we are looking for and to this audience, we like to collaborate. We like this co-sales approach that we can start new customer journey. So if you have product that goes along with us, really don't hesitate to reach out to me or to Loris, that will stay a little bit longer in the call, because we really believe that by putting PropTech into building, we can increase the comfort and the control in this residential space, while aiming for a 20% energy and water reduction by steering appliances in a smart way, but by also creating this awareness toward the inhabitant to understand when we are spending a lot of energy and when not, in order that we can gain control on these big amount of energy that we use in our residential space and reduce them. So that was it for me, and I look forward for your question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fabrizio. So this is like not an early stage product. You are way advanced. How long are you working already on this?
It's now we have 11 years. We'll go to 12 years this year in November. It's not a young startup of 3-4 years old, but
No.
our competitor, the people that are providing similar functionality with wire system, is a Schneider Electric, Siemens, ABB. So they are here for literally century.
Yes.
And, so in the eyes of our property developers, our customer, we still, a baby that just starts to work.
And so which kind of countries are you active in right now? Focusing on Europe?
Focusing on Europe, Central Europe, and willing now to develop the Middle East, this Gulf region, because we realize that there is this need for sustainability over there, and we can provide really added value with additional control and monitoring. Cool. And that's the opportunity that we will get with MR.
And you always get this kind of crazy question, well, how expensive is it? Is it really expensive, or is it also giving a lot of value back to the properties?
It's giving a lot of value back. In new build in Switzerland and in Germany, we managed to be on the same, more or less the same price point than traditional system. When you build something, you need to buy a video intercom, you need to buy a heating controller, and you need to buy in some way or another energy monitoring system, because you need to send this energy. And we priced our product on the same price tag than these aspects. So in new build, we are cost neutral. In retrofit, indeed, depending on the functionality, you need to invest. But we are really reasonable in terms of price.
Yeah, cool. Hey, and one question, because you are like in this space for a long time, how do you see real estate adapting these kind of new technologies?
We see them moving fast, and the more the time passes, the faster they go. But we keep seeing them as being very very prudent when they need to install hardware, because we sell hardware. And in Europe, when there is a vacancy where they need to then market their apartment, they happily take our system. But there is one of our big customers, the one that have built the Schönburg, Quartier de l'Étang, that is building right next to our office, literally right next to our office. And they build cheap. And they told us, we sell all the apartment people have bought with nothing. So say, and what about energy monitoring? How will this evolve in 10 years? Yes, but we've sold the apartment. So we see that sometimes they are mixing up with the short-term profits and long-term view. But they are interested. We have response. We managed to have meeting. They want to move in, but they also.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your insights and for your presentation about these smart technologies. I think it's one of the major players in Europe in the PropTech space. So it's great to have you with us, and happy to help you out as much as we can.
Thank you, Wouter. Happy to have to be in this panel. That is a really great animation that you're doing among all this global PropTech. And looking forward to see you in the next event in MIPIM.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we will be at MIPIM for sure. Actually, we're also going to organize a dinner for PropTech people. So maybe you would like to attend. I don't know if it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe we do both days because we need to eat also. But for sure, we will see you sometime there in France, in Cannes,
yes,
for sure.
Can.
In March.
Look forward.
Looking forward. Have a great day.
Bye.
Yo,
Bye. You
bye-bye.
too. Thank you. Bye.